Everybody, welcome to Life Talk Anonymous. I'm DK,
I'm Alessa.
and we're here to just chat. So, everybody,
Trying to,
welcome to Life Talk Anonymous. So, how's your first day been going? Life Talk
uh,
Anonymous. And DK.
not bad, just very shaky and out of it on a lot of different medications and stuff to help with the withdrawal, which they're helping very well. So at least there's that. But yeah, it's yeah, been up and down, emotional, but dealing with it, not having the cravings. So that's pretty cool. Like the medication I got is really good. So I would highly recommend it for anyone, you know. But yeah.
And if you don't know kind of what we're talking about, Alessa's had her first day without drinking, and she's been working on quitting and doing an excellent job.
Yeah.
I'm super proud of her.
Thanks. Yeah, it's far from the easiest thing to do. So, tried rehab before and, you know, was sober for about a year. Then just figured, okay, well, I can have the occasional glass of wine or something like that. Yeah, it didn't work. So it's gonna have to be just like never, you know? So, I mean, some people can do it, some people can't, right? So, you know, you just got to learn that about yourself, I guess. So, second time through, I didn't want to go to a rehab again. Just, it was a good experience learning wise. Um, but it was a newer facility and so we're getting the bugs worked out, that kind of stuff. And, the social aspect was probably the worst. Um, so, I couldn't stand being in a dorm like situation with a bunch of women sleeping, next to me. Like, you don't know these people. Um, to get a private room, it was like, you basically basically had to beg for it. Yeah. And yeah, it was just kind of it was half and half. Good experience, bad experience. So this time I chose to just stick it out and do it myself. Um, my mother ended up quitting drinking just cold turkey. And so I thought, you know, I can manage to do this too. She can do that. And she was drinking for much longer than myself. And, in large quantities and stuff like that too. Uh, had issues with whiskey, specifically a blackout. Um, at one point, years ago, I was drinking. It's our little star Simon. Well, it's hard to see him. He's all black, but he's very handsome.
He's a nice little void cat.
Yeah, we're gonna make him his own channel. He's a ham. Let's try to see if I can get his face. Because you're so handsome. Yes, you are. Such a handsome cat. Anyhow, but yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the exercise part is unfortunate because I tore my ACL, so I'm sort of, immobilized. But other than that, I've just been relaxing. Meditation is a good one for me as well. Journaling, that kind of stuff. you know, and I'll be able to talk to my psychiatrist about a lot of it. She's going to help me out with support groups and all that kind of stuff too. And so, yeah, just looking forward to being sober and, you know, just, sorry, Simon's cat for getting in my face. But, just clear-minded and having a good memory again. So, yeah, because it just got to the point where it's like you're not feeling anything anymore. The effects of alcohol, just like you drink so much, it's like, yeah, what's the point? Um, I just stopped. Like, I just hated it. I hate the feeling of it, blah, blah, blah. It's just not a good place to be. And, just looking forward to feeling better. That's all. So,
And thank you for making it, Coach. Glad to have you here.
yeah, for sure. Hello. Yeah, so I guess the hardest part was, admitting a lot of the drinking and stuff like that was due to losing my dad, right? So, um,
Thank you, Cosmic, and welcome.
yeah, for sure. Coach, I'm reading your comment there too, and hi, Cosmic, and thank you. Um, yeah, it's first day was a lot easier than I thought it would be, for sure. And yeah, my God, with the leg, like I keep injuring it because I hyperextend backwards a lot. So it's like all of a sudden the hyperextension happens just out of the blue. Can't control it, and then I'm just like on the floor, like in pain. And I feel like I keep damaging it. So, because I've been waiting so long for the MRI and a proper diagnosis. Um,
It also doesn't help that she doesn't like to rest properly on it and wants to keep going and push herself through.
it is true. I'm stubborn. And yeah, so I mean, it's been a lot mentally, you know, but people get through this stuff all the time, right? So just gotta be strong and have good doctors and good people around you, you know. Um, yeah, yeah, push boundaries, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I try not to socialize too much with the phone. It's like certain things I'll kind of, you know, just to isolate and realize I'm doing this for myself. That's probably the most important thing. I mean, yes, I want to do this for family and Damien, sorry, DK, and and I got priorities, and looking down at the cat here, and you know, I've got many reasons to be sober, but you know, it has to be for yourself, like, or else it will just never work, you know. And had to admit all this too. Yeah. Yeah, making your bed. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean they talk a lot about that kind of stuff, routine in rehab and personal care, that kind of thing. Like you literally have a schedule you follow, and I hope to follow that schedule, just but in a safer environment with people who love me and care about me and know me. So, um, yeah. And honestly, like if I'm just having a hard time or whatever, I go lay down, listen to some good music or meditate, um, or just keep my mind super busy. Read books like, magazines. I love art, I love music. There's, you know, yeah, brisk walks, stuff like that. Absolutely. There's certainly things I can do that even with the leg and stuff like that, that are, even just going for a drive, like, in the country or something like that. Um, I wanted to actually go to a raptor reserve, which is like, birds of prey, right? And unfortunately, they don't start running it until the end of March, beginning of April. But April's my birthday, so I was like, okay, awesome, we should set something up. So I thought would be a lot of fun. Just coming up with little things like that to do, you know, keeping myself busy. Work, of course. Um, so yeah, I mean, upper body exercises with the Achilles. Like, I will be seeing a physiotherapist, so doing some exercises, getting proper treatment. Um, I have to get ankle braces as well, and a few other things going on there. So it's like, might as well just do it all at once, get it over with. Um, but yeah, no, I've got a lot to look forward to. So it's being sober is important at this point because I got to be with it. Like, we be driving around everywhere. Like, I would never drive when I drink and stuff like that. Damien would always drive, and you know, uh, fortunately, I don't have any kind of criminal history, nothing like that. So, um, but yeah, so I hope other people can maybe learn some stuff or at least think about it. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of great advice coming through here. You know, yeah, breaking the bad habits and recognizing those bad habits, you know, is an important part too. Um, yeah, and there's a lot of changes going on in my life as well. So, good changes like positivity is a big one, you know, looking forward to things. Uh, so yeah, I'm doing my best, but yeah, I'm a little out of it today because again, I'm on some heavy duty medications but that's only for a few days, uh, through the withdrawal aspect, and then we focus on the mental aspect. And you know, um, yeah, some people can do you know, the occasional wine or something like that and be fine with it, you know. And I mean, I wish I could do something like that, but it's just like, no, I just want more and more. So I just know there's mocktails, there's all sorts of things. Like, I treat myself to a Pepsi, which I try to avoid carbonation. Um, I've had oh, maybe I shouldn't show the label.
That's fine.
I will because my dad worked for Pepsi many years ago.
Not a sponsor.
No, we're not making money. So, but nonetheless, a super carbonated drink, and I shouldn't have it because I've had a stomach surgery, which they've warned me carbonation is not good, but it's a treat. So, you know, little things like that. Uh, I mean, for sleeping. Um, yeah, see, I love this. People are giving such great information.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up. Yeah,
And we can be completely fair too.
yeah, yeah,
I'm drinking a couple.
yeah. We we have fights over this. Yes, we do. Yeah, I actually like both for different reasons. Uh, owned a convenience store at one point too. But anyhow, so yeah, just treat yourself with something interesting. I love coffee. So I've been going pretty hardcore on the coffee, which probably shouldn't, but
I mean, it's always hard. You don't just want to replace one habit with another,
yeah, I
but
try to
you
break
need
it up.
something to help get rid of the cravings for the initial habit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, try to break it up a bit with different things. So I'm not like just with one thing and eating healthy food is important because I don't want to be putting on 5,000 pounds either. But you know, um, even at the rehab, it's like we're eating really good food. Like it didn't matter. I guess their bodies just needed it. And yeah, I mean, I wake up in the morning, it's like I feel like my own nurse. I've got all these pills I have to take and, you know, remember. But the doctors have taught me well and stuff like that. So it was a pretty extreme amount that I was drinking. Like, didn't realize it till, Damien pointed it out and the alcohol content of these things, and you know, I just got freaked out. And then it was just like, yeah, just got to a point where it was just like, you know what? For, like, forget this. I'm not getting anything out of it, you know?
Pain
Ooh,
vegetables, glad
coffee
you could
ice
make
cream.
it. 17 years. That is an achievement.
What?
Investable collectibles.
Oh, oh my gosh. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, right on. That's amazing. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like I've got some good sponsors and stuff like that. So, I've gotten in touch with them and, they're ready to help me out. And yeah, it was just sort of, taking the good stuff that I learned um, and applying it just to everyday life. Uh, yeah, math.
And I mean,
uh,
a lot of the times it's not what you end up doing,
mhm,
it's what has got you doing it that much,
mhm.
right? Because you're not going and looking for meth if everything's good in your life. So there's always something deeper that's the root of these things. But acknowledging that whatever that reason was or is, getting past it and knowing that it's not the answer, and then working to find something that actually helps.
Well, too, and then, I mean, you just have people with addiction, like addictive behaviors that are, you know, like I'd say that's myself for sure. Categorize myself as having a totally addictive nature. And yeah, so it's just breaking that habit, right? Yeah. So many more things to love and enjoy for sure. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to just not feeling like this, like a zombie. Um, yeah, the world can be a hard place, like, especially being like surrounded by concrete or, not like just being in an environment that you don't like, right? And doing your best to get away from it and gaining freedom in your life is a big thing, at least for me. But yeah, I'm starting to achieve those things, and I'm proud of myself. Like, I got through my first day like a lot better than I thought I would. Honestly, thought I would be like, having the shakes and sweating and
She expected she was gonna be like in bed all day, super bitchy to me.
yeah, like I was drinking more than 240s a day, easy. Um, plus, mixed drinks, um, random shots. At one point, I was grabbing shots of absinthe, which is terrible. You should be doing absinthe appropriately. It's a pretty intense alcohol. Um, even that high proof, was that vodka?
Yeah.
I went through that like nothing. Uh, yeah, chapter of your life. Exactly. Exactly. And it is. It's like, I'm getting my house back finally. Um, Max has been living there. Taking care of all the cats. Together we had 7 cats. 4 were his. Um, I'm still going to be taking care of them, financially and stuff like that, because, you know, I think they'll kind of always be my cats too. Like, I love them to death. So, and, my ex and I are, I wouldn't say friends, but we can talk and what have you, which is fortunate. Uh, and so nonetheless, he finally found himself a place, a good job, and yeah, he's moving out on like the first or the second. So I get my house back, but there's a lot of damage done to it from his cats and stuff like that that I have to fix, and yeah, so it is going to be, yeah, a new chapter in life, really. So, with Damien, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. And it's gonna certainly keep me busy. So, and this
Hi,
guy,
Simon.
gosh, he's so dark. It's hard to see him.
I am a void cat.
It's like a ball of fluff.
Until you see my collar or my eyes.
There you He's super handsome. This cat opens doors.
Yeah.
He's way too smart and he's a large cat. So,
Oh yeah, no, he has a slow feeder. And his favorite thing is being like, no, I'm not gonna eat slow. I'm just gonna flip it over and dump all the food out and eat it off the floor.
he does. It's crazy. He's too smart. It's like, but yeah, looking forward to actually seeing my 2 cats and, you know, getting control over my one cat who has diabetes. Uh, you know, um, Max is taking great care of her, no doubt, giving her insulin shots, but, it's one of those things. She's my cat, and, you know, I've dealt with cats with diabetes before and stuff like that. I'll do their curve tests. Like, I go with her for the entire day to do her curve test, where they test her blood like every 2 hours, their blood sugars, just to make sure they're not overdosing her with like insulin and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, I spend the whole day with her because she won't let anyone touch her unless I'm there. But yeah, it's a busy life. So yeah, it's worth being sober for, And yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it, doing music, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean, for all you who've stayed sober or have fought or are fighting, like it is worth it. And just keep trying, like don't give up on yourself. If you fall back into it, it's like, try to tell yourself, well, I'll try again. Like maybe that time it'll stick. Like, I mean, it's not always just one certain way of becoming sober. Everybody has their individual things that they have to deal with, and it's all about yourself. So, people can give you great advice. Absolutely.
Just like everything, you're not expected to be successful the first time you're doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to take a few tries to really get there and be able to understand yourself or whatever else it is you're dealing with and get through it and deal with it.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. And it's, not always one type of therapy that's going to work for you. Just keep trying because are a lot of different ways, and options out there um to help. So I mean, I'm not giving up. I didn't like the rehab that I was in. Um I'll not name it, but uh, walking out of there, I told myself like if I got back into drinking again, I would not go back there, but I would definitely attempt to do the rehab thing again, and I guess that's exactly what I'm doing. So thank you. I really appreciate what everybody's saying here, you know, and all of it makes sense, and I hope to do all of it. Yeah, I enjoy like, yeah, laying in bed just thinking, and yeah, after the ice cream, you didn't feel like drinking. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I had problems with cocaine at first when I first went to rehab. But that was easy for me to kick. Like, I was already quit a good 4 months before I went into rehab, but still had them treat me for it because it was like, you know, why not? Like, make sure that kind of thing. So, yeah, I guess it's a lot of what I have to say. I mean, you know, rehab was nightmare in a sense that like a girl actually like grabbed me while I was sleeping, or she thought I was sleeping, and I almost ended up punching her in the face because we've trained in mixed martial arts for 17 years, and it's like your instant reaction when, being attacked or whatever, you know, yeah, punch in the face, like seriously. So it started like this whole thing, I told like one person, the next thing I know, she was getting kicked out. And yeah, it sucked. It was really bad, but apparently she had done this to other women before I came in to the facility. And I was like, well, if she's done this to other women, why is she still here? You know what I mean? But she was actually crawling into bed naked with them and stuff like that. Like just really brutal stuff. And she did a few other things that were pretty terrible. So um I tried not to feel guilty about it. So I'm one of those people who feels guilty about everything. So uh yeah, working on that guilt part. So
Yeah,
mhm,
guilt and blame,
mhm.
things being explained about how it happened, why it happened, isn't about placing blame. but you've got things coming up to look forward to as well.
Mhm.
You've got your MRI coming up in less than a week,
Finally.
and then you're also going to see your psychiatrist again as well.
Mhm. Yeah. I
So,
mean, I hope to. Yeah, exactly. It's it's important. It's you know, it's watching a particular movie about a band, and near the end of the movie, the singer ends up having a seizure, and you see him fall to the ground, and he's completely alone. Um, that killed me. And right at the end of the film, he ends up hanging himself, essentially. And it's not, it's a nonfiction, right? Like it's a true story. Anyways,
yeah.
based on the real singer. I don't want to say names or anything. Uh, but nonetheless, just watching him have that seizure and waking up alone, just uh, it put a lot of shock into me. It was like, because I've had that happen. Um, it weren't seizures, but uh, still like blacking out and having what they call syncope. Um, due to like excessive low iron and too much drinking and all that kind of stuff. Um, been to the hospital a few times in a few different states, um, which is super unfortunate. Because I mean, they just end up sending you bills, right? So, I have some bills to pay. But hey, that's life, right? I mean, they're not extremely expensive, and the hospitals are good. They took good care of me. But, when it gets to that degree, and yeah, you just gotta tell yourself I'm 43 going on 44. Like, why am I acting like a 20-year-old? Like, and even most 20-year-olds don't act like that. So, it's been crazy. But
Because you're still young at heart.
yeah, I guess. But, you know, the clubs, that kind of stuff, it's like, nah, I'm just gonna take it easy. I mean, yes, I want to get into DJing and stuff like that, but the whole partying aspect is just going to be a big no, right? Um, I love to entertain. It's fantastic. It's a great feeling. Um, and we're coming up with a lot of different ideas to keep busy and stuff like that. So, things are going well, and I'm fortunate, and maybe that's why today was relatively good because I was thinking about those positive things. Yeah. So,
And then more on the positive, we've got some good concerts coming up next month.
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, looking forward to that. Um, yeah, I mean, there's always stuff to look forward to. So,
What else do we got coming up to be excited for?
um,
I mean, my work season's coming up soon again too.
yeah, I'll just talk a bit about that. Yeah.
So I do high rigging, setting up concerts and events mostly concerts out here in the Toronto area. Uh, there's some travel involved, and it sometimes is annoying because they give us very last minute notice on things sometimes. So if you have plans, you can't take work, or you have to cancel your plans to take work, and sometimes it feels worth it, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, it's a ton of fun, and for not needing education is great. But then you're stuck with some odd hours, starting at 8 in the morning, going till about noon, and then being back there for 10 p.m. and going till 2 in the morning. And then back at it the next day with the same hours. So can really mess with your sleep and ability to function kind of doing anything other than working at times. So I know I took a bit of a hiatus from Magic and YouTube and everything when I first got into the high rigging because I had no time for anything besides just work. And it's no way to live and enjoy either. I was burning out by the end of the season. So last season, I was a bit more choosy about shifts. I didn't take every shift that I was offered. I declined a couple and, went, no, I need a day or two here.
Yeah. I mean, which is, you know, if you can do it, absolutely. Like, people need time, right? Like, I think they should bring siesta into like Canada. We all have like nap time. Just like
But
chill.
it's also just on a safety level. Like we're climbing up in the roofs of buildings attached by lanyards onto wires, walking on beams. Like if we're not with it, that could be a major accident happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so many people are just absolutely beyond burnt. Like, I mean, yeah, I work a couple different jobs, but it's just like mental on a mental level, you know, it's you burn out
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah, it's not just physical, it is a mental burnout as well.
and we just a lot of us just don't get a lot of vacation time or time to take off, you know, and especially with everything in the economy going up in prices, like, I mean, who can afford anything anymore, you know? Uh, we're all going into debt, and it's just that's how life is, you know? Debt is debt. I mean, what can you do? Like, you know, I
Live out
just,
of the boot and live in a shoe.
yeah. Or take all your money and just hide it under your mattress, like, which I've been tempted to do.
I mean, but even that nowadays doesn't do it because the inflation is so rapid that the money's not going to be worth it saving it under the mattress for most people.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, building, establishing credit, and keeping up with bills. Oh my God, like, you know, it. It's why isn't everybody breaking down over it? I often wonder how people can tolerate it, you know. Um, yeah, it can be quite crushing. So, but yeah, we should focus on saving up for vacations. and just taking them. Like, even if it's like a long time in advance, talk to your bosses, whatever, give them good notice and just say, look, I'm burning out, need some time. And don't be afraid to do it. Like I worked for a pretty major company and went to the CEO and said, I'm burning out. Like I can't do this anymore. And he quoted something from Shakespeare, Midsummer's Night Dream. I can't remember the exact quote. I'd have to look it up. But I thought it was funny because I played Huck in a version of it that I did in high school. And but I mean it was so accurate. It was just like, you know, yeah, people break, but that doesn't mean everything has to stop. Just means, you know, yeah, take a break. And I mean, if your boss like turns around and threatens to fire you, maybe it's not the right job for you, you know? Um,
That's nice.
Start
Are you
looking.
taking the 3 weeks all in a row,
Mm.
or are you spreading them out?
I know ourselves we're looking at possibly doing a cruise, an Arctic cruise,
Nice.
all at once. Yeah,
Now, just
that's the way to
don't
do
get burnt out on the vacation because that happens too. You're
it.
like, you need a vacation from your vacation.
Yeah, like I mean, take a couple days at home when you get back and just relax and get into things. That's always good.
So I know one thing we're thinking for the future with Life Talks Anonymous is having other people come on, probably more so through the Discord, just on a audio channel, and giving them a chance to talk as well. So
Yeah, I think that's a
I'll
great idea.
be working on getting that set up in the Discord where a staycation.
Ah,
I'll be working on getting a channel set up on the Discord for that where if you're wanting to come on and chat, just let us know and we'll get you in on one of the next shows on the voice channels.
yeah, for sure. So it's staycation, you got to get one of those like inflatable pools. Just put it in the middle of your kitchen, fill it with water, like the tiny ones, you know, turn the heat up in the house and just like lay there. Play some like wave sounds. You'll feel like you're at the ocean. I would do it. Or at least just try to treat yourself at the staycation. Sleep in a little, do things like that.
So I guess if it's a fix your roof, it's not coming for another couple months still. You don't want to be doing that when you're risking getting the entire house rained into.
But,
If you don't have a roof and it's rainy season,
oh, yeah, that would suck. Yeah, I have to get my entire roof redone. So not looking forward to that. It's this giant roof with like peaks and all that kind of stuff. It looked cool, but
Well, and then you want to get it done in steel roof as well.
yeah, like one of those, last 50 years. Like I don't want to deal with it ever again. So like I'll pay the stupid money. I figure something out. Um, had to do that with my deck. Uh, ah, yeah.
At least you said the main part, not the important part.
Yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that story. Wow. Yeah, it gets cloudy.
Yeah.
Get tired.
Well, and that's part of what going through it right now is doing. And once you get past that, you'll be able to look back and see the difference too.
Yeah. Ah, well,
What are you thinking? Feeling good for tonight?
yeah. I think so. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna sign off.
Yeah.
Nice hour-long little stream here,
Hmm.
just to get some things out.
Yeah. And I appreciate all the support and knowing others have gone through this is exceptionally helpful too. Because, I mean, seeing like the 17 years of sobriety and, that's huge. That's very motivational. And hope is something that I rarely have, but talking to my mom tonight gave me some hope, and seeing this is giving me hope. So yeah, thanks for all the stories. Yeah, investable collectibles. Yeah, yeah. I mean, stuff like that is
So,
great, right? So
and all our future kind of streams like this, Life Talk, we're gonna have over on this YouTube channel here, Life Talk Anonymous, and that's what the channel's gonna be all about.
mhm,
Just sitting, chatting, and I'm going to attempt to actually put the replay of this over onto that channel as well. I don't know if I'll be able to or if I'd have to just download it and upload it as a separate video. But it will be over on that channel somehow for sure as well.
yeah, probably figure that out myself. Yeah,
So,
but yeah,
that note,
get some more people for sure. I know a lot of people are asking me for the channel and all that kind of stuff. So yeah,
yeah,
try.
definitely going to be trying to get it spread around
Yeah, definitely.
throughout the MTG community where we've brought you guys from, as well as into just the general community of stuff, because
Mhm.
we feel like this is a very needed thing that can just help so many people.
Yeah. I mean, people can't get out there and like cure other people's problems or give advice or, whatever. But listening helps, just listening and experience and those kinds of things are what's important. So don't feel like you have to reach out and help people because, I'm one of those people who just wants to help everybody, but also understands I can't, right? Like, I mean, it's not possible. But just to, like I say, be an ear and listen. So,
And that's it.
yeah.
It's everyone can help by just being there and showing they care.
Hmm.
You don't have to actually physically do anything, but just showing others that you care, you understand, and you want what's best for them. Spread that message around the world, and it'll be a better place.
Yeah, for sure. And on that note,
From Life Talk Anonymous,
mhm,
signing off for the night.
yeah, all of you have a great night and
Let
sleep
everybody
well or great afternoon wherever you're from.
let everybody think would benefit and enjoy. Let them know about it
Mhm.
so that we can grow this and make it the thing I think it needs to be for everybody.
Well,
All right.
and take advantage of each other. Enjoy people. Yeah.
Have a great night.
Night, everybody.